What's up, guys? It's Nicholas, and today, or rather tonight, because it's like 12 o'clock on Thursday night, we'll get to that in a second, we are going to be talking about a topic that is very interesting to me, and that is, are Ultrawides ultra better? So, I'm recording this, like I said, at 12 o'clock on Thursday night. Please forgive me for the lack of graphics, guys. My options were either shoot this video knowing full well there were not going to be any graphics, or do a complete cop-out video where I talk about what I want to do with Orion, which I'm still going to do, but I'm going to do it as like an extra video, I believe, or a bonus video, or maybe I'll bake it straight into the studio tour, whatever it is. I didn't want to do that to you guys, so please bear with me. Thank you guys so much. So what do I mean when I'm talking about an ultrawide monitor? What I mean is a monitor that has the aspect ratio of 16:9, which is why you see those long monitors. Or in, I believe it was Samsung's case, the super long monitors with the ultra super duper wide monitor. These are just, yeah. I'm just talking about regular ultrawides though. So why did I decide to make this video? Lately, I've been in the market for an ultrawide again. Yes, again, I've used an ultrawide before, which is why I decided to make this video. And I'm noticing a lot more monitors these days or a lot more ultrawides these days do have a lot more gaming features. When I bought mine, the only real like gaming ultrawide I could find was the X34 Predator, and that thing is expensive. And now, like even on Massdrop, you can find ultrawides that are like $500, $550 for example, the Vast, which might be the monitor we're getting, and they're like gaming centered monitors and productivity, but we'll get to that. And that's why I wanted to make this video, to talk to you guys about, because I'm sure some of you are curious, like, are ultrawides ultra better? No, the title's down here now. Yeah. I'm used to old YouTube, okay? Leave me alone. So my experience with the ultrawides is I used the 21UM58P. I think that's the model number. Don't quote me on that. From LG. It was a great monitor. I actually used, when I first got it, just that. And then eventually I moved to having like a secondary, actually it was this monitor, having a secondary monitor next to it, which, spoiler alert, if you get an ultrawide, that is my huge recommendation for you, is to have an auxiliary monitor that is for just having your, like, if you're going to be like Twitch streaming, recording games, or anything of that nature, that second monitor is a lifesaver. What I mean by that is, when you're using just the ultrawide, or any single monitor for that matter, you cannot also have Twitch chat pulled up, or you cannot also have OBS pulled up. You can't see what's going on. And as someone who has had single monitor setup and tried to live stream or tried to do anything of that nature, thinking you're recording or thinking you're streaming and realizing when you tab out that you're not, or also tabbing out and having it wreck the capture because, yeah, don't ask, it sucks. And having that auxiliary monitor usually will fix most of those problems, because you have something that is dedicated to just a game monitor and just a auxiliary monitor. Okay, but we're getting off topic. I'm trying to talk about our ultrawides ultra better. So for productivity wise, back when I was using this monitor, or back when I was using that monitor, it's over there on Amber's desk actually, I wasn't doing as much productivity as I'm doing now, which again is why I'm looking at a new ultrawide. It was nice. It was very nice, especially after I got the second panel. But the things that you don't think about when you have ultrawides are, one, that is a little bit more GPU power that you need to push your games. There is more pixels. It's not just stretching 1080 to that. At least most games, if they're designed correctly, are not just stretching it to that. The other thing is, obviously, like I said, in productivity, it's more screen real estate. It is. But when you're doing stuff like gaming, it takes up the whole panel. Unless you can get like the picture-in-picture thing, that's nice. But it's almost always better to have another monitor. No matter what your center panel is, another monitor is almost always recommended by me. So I mentioned gaming there. Most AAA titles, obviously, and actually most obscure games too, will support the ultrawide format. But every once in a while, you'll get a game that when it first releases, for some reason, they don't support ultrawides. I don't know why. Get with the 21st century. Get with the 21st century. But most of those are fixed with a patch later on. I'm trying to think of a game off the top of my head, but I can't. Some games will actually just de-render everything that's past the 16:9 aspect ratio. So yeah, there's that. I believe one of the Deus Exes actually did that. But yeah, With those kind of games, either you would get where it just renders the 16:9 and you have like black bars or de-rendered stuff on the outside, or it would just stretch the 1080p to full screen. That was never good. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, another thing to do with streaming, like I was talking about earlier, is you don't really think about how do you capture an ultra-wide monitor to send it off to Twitch so people can watch it. What a lot of people do is they actually basically crop it. If you've ever used OBS, you know you can stretch the image and crop it however you want, and they get kind of a 16:9 ratio in there. Or you could do the sucker way and just change it to 1080p non-ultra wide, 1920 by 1080 instead of 20 by 60. But then you've got your black bars on your side, and personally, I feel like you're just wasting your monitor at that point. So yeah, personally, I would rather just crop in. Nobody's really gonna say anything, I'm sure, except for the trolls. They're always gonna say something. They're always gonna say something, I promise you. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And actually, I do run into that problem sometimes with my 1440p monitor, where I'm like, the downscaling in OBS is just not quite as good as I'd want it to be, and yeah, just don't worry about it. So most of the time I end up turning my resolution down, sadly. Now, obviously, the big thing ultra-wide users tote as like their holy grail is productivity. I've already talked to you a little bit about it. As someone who has used an ultra-wide for productivity, albeit light productivity, but still productivity nonetheless, I do have to say, it is amazing. Editing with an ultra-wide, even a 1080p ultra-wide, is just awesome. There's so much screen real estate, and it's just like it just feels good. It feels right. But like I said, if you also do, on top of productivity, streaming or gaming or any of that kind of stuff, a second monitor is going to do you much, much better than just a single ultra wide. Honestly, like I don't know how many more times I can recommend it. If you already have a monitor and you get an ultra wide, just throw your other monitor right on the side if you have desk space to fit it, of course. But to answer the question as best as I can, I guess I don't want to answer it for you, but in my opinion, gaming on an ultra wide, yes. Streaming and gaming on an ultra wide, Productivity on an ultra wide, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I don't think I could say yes enough times. Yeah, it's just perfect. But my recommendation, as I've stated 20 or 30 times throughout this video, is use whatever you want as your main panel. 4K, 1440p, 1080p, 720p, I don't care. But if you're going to be streaming or recording or anything like that, interacting with Twitch chat, get a second monitor. Doesn't matter what your first monitor is, just get a cheap, even 720p monitor on the side, and you will have such a better experience. It'll be amazing compared to just a single monitor. So that's my recommendation. But yes, I think ultrawides are amazing, and I think with all the gaming ultrawides we have coming out, which hopefully I'll be getting one of them on the channel in a little bit, I do think that they are kind of coming around full circle, because they were cool for a while and then they went out, and now they're back because they're getting more gaming features. So hopefully I'll have one to check out for you guys soon. If you guys liked the video, leave it a like. If you guys disliked it, leave it a dislike. Please forgive me for the lack of graphics. I really wanted to put graphics in here, me like doing Premiere and stuff on the ultra wide, but I didn't have time. So please, just bear with me. If you guys aren't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, family, and crazy neighbors about the channel. We always support crazy neighbors, unless they're my crazy neighbors. Now, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon down in the description. If you guys like the content we make and you want us to make more and better content with actual graphics. We couldn't afford graphics for this video, you guys. That's why there wasn't any graphics. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. But if you want us to have graphics on our videos, become patrons. No, I'm just kidding. All the money goes towards gear for the channel and product reviews on the channel. I love making these videos, but obviously it all comes out of pocket. So it really helps me out, you guys, and I thank you guys a lot for doing that. And other than that, let's just wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.